What's going on, people? It's your man the YB back once again. Big shout out to my doggy Matty Bell for coming through and boosting up the PayPal coins. You best believe it. So we got some leaked news ain't no one's heard before or seen before. Listen, you tell you the truth here, yeah. If you watch my channel, I passed you this game already. That's what I did. I passed you this game. I told you it was fixing to happen. Unbelievable scam on the masses here. Yeah. Here's the title. Derek Chisora is now the mandatory challenger for IBF champion Daniel Dubois, says promoter Frank Warren. Let's get to the bars from Frank. Here we go.
Just finally first, because we're almost out of time. Derek Chisora says he wants you both to walk him out for his 50th and final fight. Could it happen?
Yeah. Why not? He's got his 50th fight. We've got to work out where it's going to be, but it'll happen over the summer. He's the mandatory to Daniel Dubois now. He's the IBF mandatory after that he got beat.
By being beat Warren.
Yeah, so he's the man there, and who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But one thing's for sure, he's going to have his final fight, which will be his 50th, and I think we both want him to retire. He's got to after that. You know, boxers, it becomes after a certain stage, it becomes very dangerous for.
Alright, he's just waffling on now. I want to replay that. And I'm going to stop it at certain parts. Here we go, one more time.
Just finally first, because we're almost out of time. Derek Chisora says he wants you both to walk him out for his 50th and final fight. Could it happen?
Yeah. Why not? He's got his 50th fight. We've got to work out where it's going to be, but it'll happen over the summer. He's the mandatory to Daniel Dubois now. He's the IBF mandatory.
So bear this in mind, people. They're talking about Chisora here. Now, if my name's Frank Warren, we know Daniel Dubois is Frank Warren's his top mandinga bull. Yeah? He's Django. Let's call a spade here. As far as Frank Warren's concerned, Daniel Dubois is the best part of Django. Yeah? In terms of the mandinga rankings. Django the number one Nick. You know that. Documented. Watch the documentary on him. Historically speaking. Django is the number one primo Nick. You take it head up. Bash. Yeah? He don't miss. Django don't miss. You've seen the documentary. You've seen the biopic of Django. And if you haven't, you need to watch it. Django don't miss. He the best. Top. Yeah? Top shelf Nick is Daniel Dubois from Frank Warren's perspective. Now, on that basis, yeah, Frank Warren, his top mandinga, Daniel Dubois, that's where Frank Warren's business mind, we can assume, is focused. So why would he be drawing in Dubois, who's supposed to be fighting Usyk? Why would he be putting... What? The point I'm making is, if Dubois and Chisora wasn't going to happen next, Frank Warren wouldn't even bring him into mix, right? He'd be saying, he'd be putting Chisora's name with someone else, because he'd know in his own mind, Daniel Dubois is fighting Usyk. There's no point me even bothering mentioning him fighting Dubois, because he's busy doing fighting Usyk or fighting Joe Parker or fighting Ajit Caballel. So the fact Frank Warren's come on here and linked his number one Django to Chisora, that tells me that this is what he wants to do. No. It's not like the interviewer said to him, the interviewer didn't say, Derek Chisora, isn't he mandatory for Dubois? And Frank Warren just kind of threw it back, yeah, he's mandatory and we'll see what happens. No one even knew this. Apart from the YB who told you, man. Yeah, the minute I heard that Otto Wallin fight was an eliminator, I thought, oh no. And I said, do not let me see Dubois vs Chisora. I don't want to watch that. Yeah? We just saw Fury fight Chisora 3 times. Fury's nowhere near as ferocious as Dubois. And Dubois is 27, 28. He's red hot, man. What are we doing here? You're having pick-me fights. Pick-me fights. At 28 years old. After you just ducked Joe Parker, man. That's how... listen, people. I'm going to call a spade for spade right... I'm going to call a spade for you, man. Right now. That's what I'm fixing to do. Yeah? If he fights Chisora next, he cacked his pants with Joe Parker. There's no sickness about it. Yeah? Now, if he fights Usyk, it's like, it's still a bit sketchy. If he fights Chisora next, he 100% bottled the Joe Parker fight. How about that? That makes no sense. That makes no sense at all. It makes no sense at all. And I don't want to see it. I don't think... Listen, people. Chisora... listen. When Chisora fought Wallin, who is 2025's number one pound for pound power bottom, people, did you watch that fight? Yeah? Oh, IB, you ain't been in there. Otto Wallin's a power bottom. Yeah? That's what he is in there. Didn't do nothing in there. And even so, look at, I showed you before. Let me get that right now. Wait there a minute. Google, come on. Let's get this up right now. Chisora versus Wallin post fight. I'm going to show you his face. Yeah? This was after he was in there with a power bottom for 12 rounds. Yeah? Against a power bottom. I like Chisora, but we got to be realistic here, man. Get Wilder in there. Yeah? At least Wilder's proper finished. Get Wilder in there. Get Dillian White in there. These are good quality fights. I'd watch them, which says a lot. I don't watch bare fights. I'm a casual. Yeah? I'd watch Dillian White and Chisora. Can Chisora get revenge after being knocked out in the second fight? I'd watch Chisora versus Wilder. Can Chisora wade in and maul all over Wilder's bust? Look at this guy here, look. His cheeks cut there. His eyes bust up. His eyes cut there. His forehead's lumpy. Right? YB, it's a fight. He's going to get cuts in that. The point was, people, the point is, Otto Wallin wasn't doing nothing in there. Otto Wallin was backpedaling and doing nothing. And if you're sustaining that level of damage against Wallin, who's doing nothing, you don't go in there with Danny Dubois. Seriously. That's not going to be good. Yeah? As much of... If Dubois fights Chisora, as much of a punk move that might be, I don't care how much of a punk Dubois would be taking that fight. He's still going to do you some serious harm. Dubois never had no problems doing serious harm with plumbers. This is him all day and night. Yeah? Him all day and night. Especially in this form. What's Chisora going to do? Seriously. Listen, could he look at the floor and bowl his right hand over and catch Dubois a bit leaky-deaky? It's possible, but anything's possible, right? It's heavyweight boxing, they say. That's not the point. Number one, I don't want to see it from Dubois' point of view. Not now. Listen, if it had knocked Parker's head off, I mean, it wouldn't have been ideal, but at least there's no dodgy narratives going on about how he ducked. But now he's got the alleged ducking situation going on. We can't be doing this now. We can't be picking off where we can't be picking up where Tyson Fury left off on the Chisora trilogies. Yeah? Oh, I fought Chisora 4 times, Tyson Fury. And now, Fury's retired and Danny Dubois is picking up in his play. Oh yeah, me and Chisora can have a trilogy now. So it's like 7 fights between 2 men. And no one asked for the third Fury fight with Chisora. And no one's asking for the first, essentially the 4th Chisora fight with Dubois. A champion. I respect Chisora. I want him to have a real good fight going out. This isn't it for me. This won't be a way to go out for him. It won't be. Yeah, it's not like he blew Wallin's back out. For me, yeah, to deal with Dubois, you'd need to have... Bear in mind, Wallin was a heavy bag just standing there. For me, Chisora would have needed to have finished Wallin. If you ain't blowing through Wallin, yeah, what are you going to do with Dubois? Nothing. Yeah, you're not doing nothing with Dubois. You're not. And Chisora's going to get hurt. He's going to look bad. Dubois is not going to get nothing from it. Chisora's not going to want to retire on that either. Listen, you probably can't win with Chisora. If Chisora wins, he thinks, oh, I've got more in me. If he loses bad, he doesn't want to go out on a bad loss. So you can't win with this guy. The point is, there's other ones out there. Wilder. Again, Wilder. Dillian White. To name 2. At this point, I'd rather see Chisora and AJ, for example. At least you know you might be able to clip AJ. Seriously, you might be able to look at the floor and catch him and he's a deer in headlights. Not to mention, we're talking about belts here, and I'm not interested about hearing about, he's mandatory now because he won the Eliminator. Wallin hadn't done nothing, man. That fight, Chisora and Wallin, to become Eliminator. Sorry, to become... What do they call it? Yeah, eliminated, whatever. To become a higher ranking. Come on, people, man. That wasn't a ranking fight. That wasn't a ranking fight. And it makes me laugh as well. The whole Bacoli situation. It looks to me like Frank Warren's pulled a blinder here. And it tells me Ben Shalom don't know what he's doing. The only reason Chisora is now mandatory is because Bacoli cucked himself. If Bacoli had sat down somewhere, not jumped in there on 1 day's notice, fought a Jagba in May, guess what? That would have been the fight. Yeah, the winner of a Jagba and Bakoli in May would have been a mandatory. But since Bakoli took his big black ass over there to be cannon fodder, bash, yeah, knock his ass, big black ass out, man, in 2 rounds. He did him wrong, man. Colonially did that guy, man. That's wrong. That's not right in these times, people. It's 2025. The world was supposed to have moved on, man. Seriously. He's supposed to have moved on. But listen. Cooked his ass. Bakoli got his ass cooked on, which blew that whole thing up. The Ajagba fight now, still happening in May. It's not that serious anymore. I'm not sure if they lost a complete eliminated positioning, or is it just a final. Either way, Chisora's mandatory now. Chisora's mandatory. Let me have a quick look as well. Whilst we're here. IBF heavyweight rankings. Yeah, the thing is, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, no one else give you these bars. I told you this. I told you after Chisora won that fight against Wall, and I said, listen, people, do not be shocked if Frank Warren. Listen, let's call a spade here. If you was managing Daniel Dubois, these guys, they want to hold on to champions. That's why I like Dana White. Yeah, is he perfect? Probably not. But then again, you slag him off. Oh, Dana White is not perfect. And Dana White, John Jones is ducking Aspinall. To be fair to Dana White might be backing John Jones up, but he's not saving him. Dana White, as far as we can tell, Dana White can't force John Jones to get in the ring. But Dana White's come out and said, I want that fight. The problem is John Jones isn't jumping at the idea. That's not Dana White ducking. At the same time, in boxing, it doesn't work like that. In boxing, Frank Warren think, oh, how can I maintain the length of my championshipness? Oh, wicked. Yep, we'll have Fury fight Chisora. We'll have Dubois fight Chisora. And that's what you're seeing here. It's ridiculous. It shouldn't be sanctioned. Seriously. It's clear Chisora's at a certain point in his career. It's not like Wallin was in there, yeah, proper red hot. It's not Chisora's fault that Wallin's washed up and is a massive power bottom. Power bottom 2025 champion. It's not his fault, but let's go a spade here. Wallin came with zero ambition. Yeah. He had zero ambition. He was essentially a heavy bag who really can't punch. Even at his best, he couldn't punch. He was a heavy bag in there. Seriously, you have to watch that fight. Wallin didn't do nothing in there. So you have to be... These governing bodies have to be realistic. Chisora's in there with a guy who's doing nothing. Chisora couldn't finish him. And you're going to put him in there with Dubois, who stopped Miller, who I believe is more durable than Chisora. And was even more durable. You saw how good Miller was against Andy Ruiz. Hrgovic, more durable than Chisora. And AJ, okay, maybe not so much, but still, man. AJ's an elite level operator. AJ was knocking around when Chisora was knocking around. Chisora couldn't beat their man. Right? The AJ was beaten. So, there's levels here. I like Chisora. He deserves a Wilder fight, for example. That's a cracking fight. If you can go in there and punch Wilder up in better fashion than Joseph Parker did, that's a great way to go out. This isn't what he wants, man. He don't want this one here. Okay, the rankings are a bit... I'm not going to lie though. For me, Fabio Wardley, okay, he's a bit green in the tooth. Yeah. He's a bit green. But still, he's done more than... I mean, they've cooked Bakoli as well. Hrgovic, he got punched up in his last fight. But maybe he's built some credits from beating Zhang. Chisora though, man. Yeah, he beat Wallin, really? I can't justify this guy being that far up there. AJ for old time's sakes, whatever, he's up there. Frank Softbody Sanchez, I don't really know what he's doing there. F.A. Jagba, I don't really know what he's doing there either, to be fair. So it's a bit of a mess, these rankings. Again, the 4-belt era, this is full of randoms in here. It's the truth. Bare randoms everywhere. Either way, even if there's 15 randoms in these rankings, Chisora shouldn't be the top of the randoms. Yeah. Rankings have to take into account. People, put Wardley in there with Chisora. Who's winning that fight? Come on. Too much youthfulness. And it's dangerous. I'd rather see Wardley versus Dubois. Too young, all to prove. Chisora, it might well go bad for him. It might go bad for Wardley, for example, as well in there with Dubois. But at least he's young enough to ride the shots. We've seen Chisora sparked out 10 years ago against Dillian White. Cold. And that's Dillian White. I don't really rate him like that. Dubois, come on. Dubois is dangerous. You don't want to be doing that. It's not right. It's not right at all. It's not right. And you got Frank Warren here. And this is how I know. Where is it? This is how I know it's what Frank Warren's fixing to do. When he talks about it, he's all smiling and smug and shit. Wait there, let me find it.
He's the mandatory to Daniel Dubois now.
Look at this guy. So you just heard him. He's like, oh, he's the mandatory. Grinning teeth. Bear in mind, again, no one else knew this before he up. Look. Frank's like, wait there. Watch his face.
Mandatory to Daniel Dubois now. He's the IBF mandatory after that he got beat.
So you see listen. So he's been having them conversations. To be this gassed, to be grinning ear to ear, he's like, hey, bash, we fixed a lick at Wembley with Chisora, and it's got a built-in excuse. Well, he's retiring, so we have to come on, and they'll spin it onto the fans. What they'll say is, they'll say, oh, what? To be fair, they did the same thing before the Fury 3 fight with Chisora. They say, oh, come on, guys. Come on, fans. Look at all that Chisora's done for you. Can't you do something for him? All the good fights he's given you. This is a payback. That's how Fury spun it. Oh, we're giving I'm putting Chisora on to pay him back for all of his service. That's how they'll spin it. Oh, come on, guys. Yeah, Dubois versus Chisora. Come on, people, at Wembley. Come on, it's his last fight. Probably isn't his last fight as well, by the way. Oh, but they'll sell it on, oh, it's his last fight, people. We don't really want to do this. Just like we didn't really want to do the Fury 3 fight. We're doing it for his retirement fund. No, people. This ain't retirement fund time, man. Yeah, there's plenty of go-getters in there. Like Fabio Wardley. Now, listen, people. If Chisora wants to fight Fabio Wardley, or the winner of Bacoli and Ajagba, for example, and he beats one of them, yeah. The point I'm making, when I slag off Wallin, I'm saying I don't feel like Chisora's beaten someone to become a contender. I can't say Chisora's a contender, if that makes sense. I haven't seen him take someone's scalp that was telling me, oh damn, he's up next for a belt because he took this dude's scalp who's really with it. Wallin never should be nowhere, ever. Seriously. Wallin shouldn't have had the AJ fight. Wallin shouldn't have been nowhere. What's he done? Nothing. Stunk the place out, man. Yeah? The fact he's known for going life and death with Tyson Fury. That's his big claim to fame in the fight he lost, kind of thing. Oh, it should have been stopped because of the cut. That's his claim. Come on, people, stop playing, man. That's ridiculous. You can't be in the rankings like Wallin was because you did something 7 years ago with Tyson Fury and it was a loss. That's his whole career. That's what it's built off. It's not built off no wins like that. Yeah. So to beat Wallin, a washed up Wallin at that, you don't get to this position here, man. Now, if you beat Wardley, or you beat Hrgovic, or you beat Bacoli, any of these man here really, I've named the ones that are important to me. You beat them, one of them man, then I can't deny him. Oh, YB, Chisora just beat Fabio Wardley. Okay, I can't deny him at this point. Right. Oh, he beat Bacoli. You know what, people? I can't deny him at this point. Chisora for me don't have that. I can't deny him a world title belt. I get it. He's done loads over the years, but equally, he's had his world title shots when he was that young guy. He was the Fabio Wardley when he fought. Who is it, Vitali or something? He fought one of them ones. He's fought for a few belts, I believe, or at least one. Yeah, he had his time when he was like Fabio Wardley coming up. So the fact you've had your time and you've been hanging around for 10 years don't mean you just jump above the people who are below here. Yeah? Frank Warren should make Chisora versus Fabio Wardley, is what he should have done. Or Moses Talma. Again, those two fights aren't what I recommend for Chisora at all. I think a Talma and Wardley will do him some proper harm. Too young, man. Too young, too fresh, too much gas. Seriously. Too much gas. Chisora will be blowing, man. He'll be puffing, seriously. It's not right, but that's what he should do. Earn his stripes. I don't feel like he's earned this world title shot. But anyway, for me, it all lands on Dubois here. Now, there's some circumstantial evidence that apparently Dubois is saying, well, only if I don't fight Usyk, I'll fight Dubois. I'll fight Chisora. Who knows what's going to happen? Is Usyk going to fight Parker? Only time will tell. But what I will say is, off the jump, if this is Dubois' next fight, there'll be no excuses. There'll be no nothing. He's turned into a diva. Yeah. He got the taste of the kind of AJ Wembley clout. He got a taste of the Brazilian Panans, the pucker, 10 out of 10. Dan the Man Kinahan, Pablo Aimar Escobar Panans in Brazil. And he's gradually losing his head. Because this ain't what we was... Oh, listen, Daniel. I wasn't sucking you off about Maximus Danelius for you to pull out against Parker and then for you to try and fight Chisora. That's not what we was doing here. That wasn't supposed to be the point. Yeah? So you can be tearing up the streets of Brazil. Come on, people. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe. Let off the bell 100%. There's not a doubt about this one. People stop it.